Welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome back to Garth Loves Travel. I am so excited, man. Thank you guys for every single person who's still here, taking this journey with me, still following my channel, still subscribing, still liking the videos, still commenting, and still sharing, and still hitting that like button. Because, guys, whenever you hit that like button, I'm really small. This channel is just a hobby of mine. Oh, wow, there's poop from some kind of animal. I don't know. So as you guys can see, I'm here. I'm back in the countryside. My favorite place in the whole entire Sweden. Literally, I never thought I would have said this. I mean, if you asked me, a couple of years ago, when I was living in New York, I think I mentioned this in another video that, the cities nature, my parents live in the suburbs in Long Island, not really countryside, but more like, if you lived in like, Stockholm, but just like where there's houses, but you have places like this as well. So I kind of grew up with this and I literally hated it. The minute I was old enough to get my own place, I like literally moved out and moved to the city. But now I'm, I'm not that old, but as you get a little bit older in life, you get to appreciate it. And I lived in New York my whole entire life, so it's pretty much like you need a change. But I'm back into the countryside and I absolutely love this place. And, I just love the fact that, you can just drive your car and just, pull up anywhere and just go for a walk and there's no one else in sight. So I don't want to make this video really long, guys. I just want to give you guys an update, because it's a beautiful day here in Sweden. It's a little chilly compared to New York or other places, but it's still nice nevertheless. I mean, I'm in this, just a sweatshirt. So I just want to give you guys a quick update. As you guys already know, most of you watching this channel, I haven't posted a lot of videos in a while. I am going to start posting again because I'm going to start traveling and doing things. I just had a lot of business come up. As you guys know, the economy and everything is a little bit smashed at the moment. Wars and all these things are breaking out. So, I kind of have to stay a little bit more on top of my investments, being it that I make my own income. So I don't have a paycheck coming every month. I have to make that paycheck come every month while the bills are coming as well. So, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of update. Please stay tuned. Have more videos coming up. And also, I also wanted to share a message, I think most importantly, because, I've been talking with some friends and, and a lot of people are very unsettled with the events that are happening now in the world. As you guys already know, with this war, the inflation, the price of energy, everything is just, it seems chaotic to people to some who I wouldn't say don't understand, but some people aren't built for moments like this. Some people aren't built to be able to carve out a path in the middle of chaos, in a sense, or so to speak. So what this message is mainly about is to send inspiration, send love, send the energy that will uplift those kinds of people, or people who are watching this, or people who potentially will watch this, about the current situation that we're living in. One of the things I wanted to share, as I was like meditating last night and I was thinking, and like a voice inside of me was saying, how ironic it is, that, we put so much faith in the media. We put so much faith in our elected leaders. We put so much faith in the fact that we're going to walk out our door and we're going to, walk back in tonight. We put so much faith in so many things that, we don't necessarily know if it's going to happen, or if it's going to represent, what it is that we hope and pray for, and what I'm saying is, when we walk out of our house each day, it's like we go out and we make plans saying, hey, hey, I'll see you later. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But, there's a lot of people who have done that. And, and there's people that do it every day and they never come back home. There's people who wake up and they walk out of their houses and they never make it back home. What I mean is, they're gone. They're dead. They're transcended to another life or another energy or another spirit or whatever you guys believe in. You see? And there's people that, they go to sleep and they never wake up. That happened to one of my friends. He went to bed and he never woke up. He died in his sleep. which was, my friend Lars, rest in peace to him. It's so basically, as I said, it's one of those things that we put so much faith in things that are in this physical life that we see every day, that we put so much hope in it. But yet there's this thing which is called the unseen. The unseen is so much more a part of our reality than what we actually see. And what I mean is, for instance, every single person on this earth, we breathe. Every living organism on this earth, we breathe. It needs air. But look at it. I can put my hand out like this right now, and I cannot touch air. I cannot feel air. I cannot taste air. I can't make, I could touch that rock, but I cannot touch air, and these are the things I'm talking about. You cannot touch air, but if I wave my hand around like this, I can feel it. I can feel it going, behind my hands and in front of my hands or through my hands. I can feel air if I go like that. If I blow on my hand, I can feel air, but I cannot see it. I cannot taste it. I cannot touch it. I can run through air. You guys get where I'm coming from with this. Air is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing that we need on this planet called Earth. And it's in abundance, but yet we cannot see it. We cannot touch it. We cannot taste it. We don't know where it comes from. We don't know where it goes. We don't know where it generates from. I don't think there's a scientist on this earth that can 1000% say this is where air comes from. And show us this is where it's generated from. You see what I'm saying? This is where it's generated from. So my point of this whole conversation is, guys, whatever it is that you're going through in your life, whether it's something to do with your job, whether it's your economy, because I know these are going to be tough times for a lot of people. I know there's going to be a lot of people, and it just started. The winter hasn't even approached yet, and this thing just started. I mean, believe me, guys, I saw my electricity bill go from went up at least maybe two approaching 300 kroners more than I normally pay. I mean, the fuel for my car, I drive a diesel. When I first came to Sweden, I think diesel was like 17 or 19. Now it's 28. So imagine that everything is going up. So, I know that some people are going to be affected by this, but the point of this message is, and what I talked about air is, there's so many things that are relevant that we do not see in this world. And I mean that within nature, we get free sunlight. We get free energy from the sun. It's free. No one up there, whatever you believe in, if you believe in God, if you believe in Allah, if you believe in Buddha, we have a sun that comes up and it shines on the earth every day. It gives us warmth and it gives us energy. Yet we set up solar panels and we charge people for that. We charge people for free energy. Now, I don't want to get into this subject. Everybody has their own opinion on it. Point of this message is, guys, there is a force and there's an energy that is greater than you, and it's greater than me. It's greater than Vladimir Putin. It's greater than Joe Biden. It's greater than Zelensky. It's greater than the Queen of England and every single person on this earth that everyone thinks has the power to destroy this earth, because they don't have the power to destroy this earth. They're like little children in a kindergarten. Okay? Ukraine bombs Russia. Russia bombs Ukraine. Ukraine bombs Russia. Russia bombs Ukraine. How much longer is that going to go on for? It's like a child. Think about this. We're talking about, these are the people that people, millions look up to as the most powerful leaders and most intelligent and smart. I'm not saying everyone does. But yet they're behaving like children. America, bombs this country. They bomb them back. It's like, your child in a kindergarten and they're fighting each other every day. Oh, you hit me, I hit you back. You hit me. But what do you do as a parent? You teach your children that this is never going to get you anywhere. You see, it'll never get, if he hits you and you hit him back, you have to work out your differences, talk it out and understand what your differences are. Yet these are the people that teach us that we should be nonviolent, that we should, work things out in a civilized way. We live in a democratic society. We live in a society where freedom of speech and all these things. I don't like to touch politics, but my point is, I keep saying my point is, these are the people. I mean, look at the world. Look at the world, rising inflation, rising this, because of this war where people are paying more for energy, right? But yet none of the world leaders can solve this. And these are the people that people believe is going to give us a better life. But, everyone has their own opinion, but I'm going to end it right here, guys. Believe in yourself. Have faith in whatever it is that makes you happy. And when I say faith in whatever it is that makes you happy, your inner peace, there's a place inside yourself. It's called your inner self, your inner peace. That will never lead you wrong. There's times, I'm sure, when you decided to do something and the voice in your head or your body says, oh, maybe this is not a good idea, but you ended up doing it anyway, right? And then what happens? Something else turns out that you didn't want to happen. And you said to yourself, you know what? I should have listened to myself to begin with. That's that voice that will never lead you wrong. So with all this stuff that's happening in the world, what I want to say to people, or some people who are confused, or they might be afraid, maybe we're going to get nuked, maybe we're going to die. Listen, every single organism on planet Earth that is alive and living, trees have to die. Bugs have to die. Grass has to die. We have to die. Every single one of us has an expiration date when we leave this earth. So therefore, do not live in fear. Do not live in fear of what's to come. We live in the unknown. There's nothing guaranteed in this world. That's what I was saying before. When we say they make us believe we walk out of the house and, yeah, I'm going to be back. No. You also have to program yourself to say, not that you're going to think about this every day, but be more in touch with this. Listen to the trees. Be more in touch with nature. Be more in touch with the earth. Be more in touch with reality. Because the world we're freight training towards to is not reality. Instagram is not reality. All this material stuff is not our real reality. Our real reality is this. Knowing when the seasons change, knowing when the tides get higher, knowing when it's time to fish, knowing when it's time to not fish, not to overfish. That's what we need to connect with. What can we move? There's some countries you go to and you can't get certain goods or certain fruits because it's not in season. But you go to America, it's always there. And why it's always there? Because we're over farming, we're over reaping more than we need. There's a time when certain things just need to be replenished and we need to leave that alone and move to something else. But anyway, guys, so, listen, do not be afraid of what's happening now, not just with the war, but with your finances, with, your children's future, all of this stuff. The only thing you could do right now, believe in you, believe in the power of you. We're all going to get through this. We're all going to get through it together. We're all going to walk through this together. Okay? There's nothing to fear. There's nothing on this earth to fear, because if you are going to fear anything, fear the fact that when you go to sleep, you might not wake up. Fear the fact that when you walk through that door, you might not make it home. Fear the fact that when you get into that car, you might not make it back out. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to fear something, there's so many things to fear. So many things. But you live in faith every day that it won't happen. So we're going to live in faith now, and we're all going to make it through whatever that's coming our way, whether it's with our job, whether it's with our economy, whether it's with the world, the war, our kids, whatever. We're going to make it through. We're all going to make it through because we're loved, we're cherished, and we're alive. We're living, we're not dead. So on that note, guys, I don't know if I made my point, but I said I didn't want to make this video long. Love, peace, joy, and look at this beautiful Swedish countryside, beautiful skies, beautiful air. I love you guys.
Give you my heart.